Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving into something that is quite literally breaking the internet right now, the truth about the AI music side hustle. I mean, think about it. What if I told you that you could crank out a fully produced radio-ready song in maybe 5 minutes and distribute it globally to make passive income, all without knowing how to play a single chord? Sounds completely insane, right? But the landscape is shifting so fast, and today we are unpacking the exact strategy, the hidden traps, and the undeniable reality of this whole space. $2,000. That is exactly how much I've pulled in online from songs that literally took me 5 minutes apiece to make. So we're not just talking theory here. We're talking about actual verifiable deposits hitting bank accounts from giants like Spotify and Apple Music. And honestly, it's all thanks to the exact frameworks we're going to break down for you right now. Let's just tackle the elephant in the room and shatter those big objections right out of the gate. You have no talent, no equipment, no studio, doesn't matter. Look, if someone had told me a couple of years ago that I'd be sitting on a music catalog generating passive income, I'd have laughed in their face. I mean, I can't sing to save my life. But the reality is, AI has completely leveled the playing field for anyone willing to learn. You really don't need fancy gear anymore. You just need to know how to use the tools. So how do we actually do this? Let's walk through the exact 5-minute formula. Step 1 is your lyrics. We use ChatGPT for this, but here's the secret sauce. Please do not just type, "Write me a song." If you do that, the AI spits out these super forced, sing-songy rhymes that sound, well, like a robot wrote them. It's a dead giveaway. Instead, you gotta prompt it to focus on emotional truth. Tell it to write in the style of a specific niche, maybe a Jamaican reggae artist, just to give it that authentic flavor and global appeal. Then, step 2, you feed those lyrics into Suno AI to generate the actual track. And finally, step 3, you use an AI design tool called Kiddle to make your cover art. Now listen closely, because this is an absolute non-negotiable rule for this whole business model. You cannot, I repeat, cannot use the free tier of Suno to make money. The free plan only gives you a non-commercial license. If you actually want to distribute these tracks and, collect royalty checks, you have to upgrade to a paid pro plan, like Suno V5. That's going to run you about $10 a month, but that $10 unlocks the commercial rights you absolutely need. After that, you just paste in your ChatGPT lyrics, pick your genre, hit create, and boom, in seconds, you've got a studio quality WAV file. Once that track is ready, you've got to prep it for the real world. To get it onto Spotify, you need cover art. And trust me, these streaming distributors do not mess around when it comes to formatting. The requirements are incredibly strict. It has to be exactly 3000 by 3000 pixels, it has to be a perfect square, and it must be in the RGB color space. Seriously, if you're off by even one single pixel, your upload gets rejected instantly. That's exactly why we use Kiddle. It whips up stunning artwork to those exact specs in seconds. Okay, let's hit pause for a second. We've talked about the fun stuff, the creation, and the hype, but we need to get serious and talk about the traps, specifically the DistroKid AI trap. So DistroKid is the platform most people use for distribution. It's super AI friendly, costs about $23 a year for unlimited uploads. Sounds great, right? But this is exactly where folks who don't do their homework are getting their entire accounts wiped out. See, when you upload your track to DistroKid, they're going to ask you point blank if the song contains AI-generated elements. You absolutely have to check yes. Do not lie about this. Don't try to outsmart the system and pretend you recorded it all yourself in a studio. These platforms are actively scanning for AI audio signatures now. If you make a false declaration, they will permanently terminate your account and freeze all your royalties. If you try to hide the AI, you will lose everything you've built. Honesty is literally your only option here. All right, so assuming you played by the rules and uploaded correctly, what comes next? Well, just tossing a generic pop song into the void isn't going to get you paid. You have to target what we call micro-genres. Forget treating this like traditional art. You need to treat AI music like an SEO marketing campaign. You're not trying to be the next Taylor Swift here. You're trying to capture highly specific search traffic on Spotify from people who are looking for very particular vibes. So instead of going after generic hip-hop, you'd target something like drift funk, right? That's a massive subgenre full of heavy bass and cowbells that's just completely dominating TikTok right now. Or instead of generic chill music, you target late-night lo-fi or mall soft. These are incredibly high-growth micro-genres with huge listener demand but way less creator competition. A pro tip here is to use a platform like Artist.Tools, specifically their Keyword Explorer. You find those high-volume, low-competition keywords, and that's how your new tracks shoot right to the top of Spotify search results. Now, why am I stressing this search ranking thing so much? Why is it so urgent? It all boils down to one number: 1,000. Back in April 2024, Spotify rolled out a new policy that the industry calls the 1,000 stream death zone. Basically, if your track doesn't hit 1,000 streams within a rolling 12-month period, you earn zero royalties. Absolutely nothing. And that right there is exactly why you have to use SEO and target those niche micro-genres to clear that hurdle immediately. Let's just do the harsh math on streaming payouts for a second so we know what we're really looking at. Spotify doesn't pay a nice flat rate. On average, they pay a fraction of a penny, somewhere between 0.003 and $0.005 per stream. So that works out to about $4 for every 1,000 streams. To make $1,000, you need roughly 250,000 streams. I know, hitting that first 1,000 streams isn't exactly going to buy you a mansion. It barely buys you a fancy coffee. But clearing that threshold is the absolute prerequisite to earning a single cent. But hey, you can actually maximize that payout. Because here's the thing, not all streams are created equal. Streams coming from premium subscribers in places like the US and the UK actually pay out 4 to 8 times more than free tier streams from lower paying markets. So, when you're doing your microgenre research and mapping out your SEO, you want to tailor your strategy to attract listeners in those high-paying countries. It makes a massive difference to your bottom line. All right, let's pivot and get into a huge knowledge gap that almost no one else is talking about. We've got to talk about the dark side of copyright law, because it begs a pretty terrifying question. Do you actually own this music you're generating? Like, could you get sued for uploading it? Let's unpack the actual legal reality of this side hustle. The US Copyright Office has been brutally clear about this. 100% AI-generated music cannot be copyrighted, period. They've stated that protection is strictly reserved for works of human creation. So if you generate a track entirely with a tool like Suno, it essentially goes straight into the public domain. That means anybody out there can legally download your hit AI song, upload it themselves, put it in a commercial, whatever, and you have absolutely zero legal recourse to stop them. And that creates a massive, real-world legal minefield for creators. First off, if your AI track mimics the voice of a famous artist, like a fake Drake or Taylor Swift, you are just asking for trouble. Major labels are already throwing multi-billion-dollar lawsuits at AI platforms for copyright infringement. Second, you have to watch your back with YouTube Content ID claims. Rights management agencies have automated bots constantly scanning YouTube. Even if you generated the song from scratch, if it accidentally shares a digital fingerprint with copyrighted material that the AI was trained on, you could get hit with automated copyright strikes. But hold on, don't panic just yet, because there is an incredible loophole here. Human-written lyrics can be copyrighted. If you sit down and write deeply emotional, entirely original lyrics yourself, and you're only using AI to generate the instrumental backing, you put yourself in a vastly safer legal position. You actually retain the copyright over the literary work, your lyrics, even if the sound recording itself is AI-generated. So injecting your own human creativity at the prompt level isn't just about making the song sound better, it's a strategic move to legally protect your asset. Which brings us to the most important question you have to ask yourself today. Are you going to treat AI music like some sketchy get-rich-quick scheme, or are you going to treat it like a scalable digital marketing business? Because if you actually want to succeed long-term, you have to play the game right. Use the paid tools, honestly disclose your AI use on platforms like DistroKid, write your own lyrics to protect your copyright, and obsessively target those low-competition microgenres to blast past that 1,000 stream threshold. Don't let the